All right, let me take a measurement. Now what I want to do is I want to measure for the new window in 3 different locations. Starting at the bottom, I'm going to take one measurement of 38 5/8.
Now, why 3 different locations?
Well, I want to check to see if the window sides are parallel.
Okay.
If I don't get an equal measurement, then it's not exactly parallel. I have 38 9/16 and 38 3/8. That's the smallest measurement. That's the measurement I will use to order the window.
Okay, now why that measurement?
I want it to fit into the opening nicely. I don't want any interruptions.
Okay.
Next, we want to measure the height, and to do that, I want to measure outside.
Okay.
Now, to measure the height of the window, I'm going to take my tape, and right where the side casing meets the top, at that joint, I'm going to place my tape, and I'm going to run it down all the way to the sill, and it's 53 1/8. Now, I know my measurements, but there's one more thing that I have to know. This window has a flange that sits on the casing. When I order this window, I'm going to tell them I want an Eastern.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Great.
That's all in the ordering process. Okay, the first thing I want to do is remove the old one.
Okay.
And all right, Tara, I've got one more screw. You want to just hold this window so it doesn't fall on us?
Yeah.
Hold it there for 1 second. Here we go. Let's see if it comes off. Oh, yeah. Right down. Beautiful.
Okay.
Put this right over here. Okay, now it's time to clean it up and scrape off the old paint.
Okay.
We're doing pretty good. We've got to scrape away all this loose paint so we can prime the trim before the new window goes in.
Well, actually, we have painters coming to paint the whole house in a couple weeks.
Oh, well then, all we need to do is the edge where the storm window's going to go and leave the rest to the painter.
Great.
Okay, now at the bottom of the window, you've got these 2 little grooves. You know what those are for?
Is that for the water to drain out?
Exactly. So what I need to do is I need to drill over here on your windowsill because your windowsill has a piece that steps up. So I need to drill a corresponding hole in the windowsill so the water can get out. Start priming around the edge there and we got it made. All right, the last thing we need to do before we can install this window is run a bead of caulking around the perimeter. And the window manufacturer wants us to use a butyl caulking. It stays soft, it's pliable, and it's paintable. See where I'm running that right on that groove there? Okay, now we're ready to install the window. Hold the window up. Hold this side up tight. Okay, the next thing I want to do is slide the sash down to make sure that the window is positioned correctly. Yeah, that looks good. Now we screw off the sides. Okay, now remember we didn't caulk under the window.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, that's to allow the water to weep out so that the sill doesn't rot.
Okay.
Next thing we want to slide this piece of metal down. That's called an expander.
And what's that for?
Well, that's to make up for any irregularities in the existing window opening.